What's up, Candy Ken? What's up, Baby J? How's it going?
Not today.
Candy Ken and Baby J.
It's Candy Ken.
Welcome to the Candy Ken Show.
All right, everybody. We're back with an internal episode, which means just me and Baby J, the one and only.
The wifey.
And at this point, man, you're pretty big.
Yeah, I'm pretty pregnant. It's been really crazy. The second pregnancy has been nuts. It goes by really fast. And also I feel very huge already. But I still have some time to go, so we'll see.
That's right. And man, our life is going to change forever. I couldn't be more excited. 2 kids. I mean, this is crazy. So how do you feel about being a mother of 2 soon?
I'm really excited. With Rodeo, I was just really sure that I wanted to be a mom. And I feel the same now. I mean, I'm excited. Of course, it's going to be some hard times in the beginning, but once they get to play together and like I see them in the backyard just running around, slapping each other, it'll be worth it.
Yeah.
It'll be worth it for sure.
Man, we just came back from Texas talking to Tim Kennedy, and what he said is you cannot describe the love you'll have for your first child, and then your second child comes along, and then you can't believe you love something as much as your first child, but you do. And then your third child comes, and you're overfilled with love, and you have no idea how much love you'll have for this second baby.
Yeah, and that's definitely something that's been on my mind. I'm like, how could I ever love anything like how I love Rodeo? You know, I love him so much, and he's my first baby, and when I look at him, I just want to like cry every time, and I'm like, oh, I feel so sad. Like, I'll have another baby like on my boob and stuff, and Rodeo used to like love my boob, and what is he gonna think and feel? So it's definitely a lot of like roller coaster of emotions, but I know in the end it's worth it for all of us, especially for Rodeo to have a sibling.
And what else would you be doing, right? If it's just you and me,
Yeah.
I mean, what do you work for? I mean, it really gives you purpose.
Yeah, I mean, it really does give you purpose, and it changes your mindset and your life forever. I mean, if we were at all the Halloween parties this weekend, just me and you, oh my God, I think I would just, I don't know.
Yeah, speaking about it's 1st of November, which means no shave November.
And no, not November. It's also no, not November.
Oh, it is? All of November?
And yep.
Oh.
Sorry for you.
All right, no, not November, and no shave November, which is really cool because I always wanted to grow up my beard. I always feel like real men have a beard, and if you don't have a beard, you're a boy.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Your beard is coming in. You know, I like it like sometimes, but it's just like it's so prickly. And it hurts, and it's just so funny. Like, I wish you could just, like, already be really big. And then it's like, okay, it's worth it. But it's, like, just, like it feels like it's going to take forever, you know?
Yeah.
Like, David's beard. Like, I wish it was just that right away.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, like, you just have a huge beard now.
Yeah.
But, like, this, like, in between, like, it may or may not come. It's, like, annoying.
It might not. I mean, I never tried, so this is the first time really going for it. Because it also, like, it's so itchy.
Yeah.
But also, it's kind of cool. And my son loves it.
And I really love the blackhead, so.
That's disgusting. Man, so yeah, we have like a midlife crisis going on because we're like really over LA at this point.
Yeah, I feel like when we started the podcast, I'm so sorry guys, I just yawn a lot. It's just because I'm pregnant. I'm not like tired or bored. I I feel like when we first started the podcast, we were kind of already there. We were like talking to you guys and we let you know like we were already pretty much over LA. I think since I became a mom, I've been over LA already. But now it's really interesting because you are officially over LA, which is like, wow, because I honestly never thought that day would come. But personally, yeah, I just feel like it's time to experience something new, experience new energy around us, around me, and just like try something new. I feel like Los Angeles is very stagnant. The energy is very stagnant. Relationships are very stagnant. Relationships are very transactional. They're very work related. And everyone is just looking to survive. And it's very, very hard to create personal, deep connections. And I have realized slowly as my life evolves that I really crave like very deep and personal connections. So now we have like hit this point where we're like, shit, like where do we go where we can get like personal and deep connections? So we've explored a couple places and I don't know, one place has really stuck out to us. And we are pretty crazy and we can make things happen pretty quick. So yeah, that's where we are.
And as should you. I think life is short and you need to make the change now. You only have right now to get your life under control and yourself, your body, your health. You only live once and every day wasted is it's not good. And I think everybody should. If you're not happy with your life right now, then look for something else. Look somewhere else. Change your life around. And if you're happy the way it is, then keep it as it is. But I think a lot of people want more and live a very empty, stagnant life, like how you couldn't be pointing it out better, especially in LA. Everything is a transaction. Everything is work. Your work is your life. I've met people that all they've done is work, work, work. We need to bring the family back. We need to prioritize the family and we need to prioritize having children, how much of an impact that will have on your life, how much that will change you as a person and how much it changed us as people. And first I thought that we were like really fucking young to do this. And now I'm like, oh my God, like this is the best thing that has ever happened to you and me. And we should have done this. Well, it was perfect as is, but sooner than later. I would have had a child even sooner than in a couple more years, just single or just dating. So I think having children is key to understand the world, that it's not all about you and that you need to prioritize your safety, your health, mental health, physical health, nutrition, education. I mean, once you have a kid, you look into everything. You look into what is this kid gonna eat, where is he gonna sleep, who is he gonna hang out with, and what kind of content or entertainment is he gonna be watching. So everything becomes very important and very clear to you, where when it's just you, it's a narcissistic and egoistic way of living because you just want to consume and be rich and famous. And I think you've done that now. We've done that as a couple, and we've found out it's completely empty and completely empty. There's nothing more empty than having like 10 million TikTok followers and being rich. Just numbers. Online number somewhere. It doesn't give you anything. It's more isolating than anything, really.
Yeah. I feel like the bigger you get, I mean, if the Kardashians didn't have like all these sisters, they would be alone like all the time. But most celebrities, I mean, we know a good amount of celebrities that they just kind of like isolate. And it's also hard to have relationships with them because they have to be so private. They're scared, like someone's trying to use them.
And they do use them. You never know if your friends are friends with you because you're famous or because they actually like you.
Yeah. And it's really hard. It's crazy. It's crazy how much being a parent can change you. I mean, my dream, my whole life since I was little was to be famous, was to be, oh my gosh, was to, be a YouTuber, have TikTok. This is just everything I've ever wanted. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity. And I'm so grateful that I'm here now and that I even have this platform. But I think it's time that I want to like change it around a little bit and maybe not, just 1,000% focus on just that, you know? Balance is definitely important. And I never really thought balance is like key. Because I'm a Gemini, so I'm like all in or nothing. So it's like I will do everything to the max or not at all. But it is very, very important to have that balance. And it's really hard to do that in Los Angeles because, man, everyone around you wants to be an actress. Everyone around you is trying to make money. Everyone around you pays like $5,000 and up on rent. Everyone is trying to survive. Everyone is trying to make it work. And so it's just like this like nonstop, like it's like always going. And it's crazy because the next day after we landed from Austin, I felt like I had high blood pressure here in LA. Like I automatically felt like I should be going faster, or like I'm not going fast enough, and like I just need to like hurry up. And it was so weird there because everything felt really like quiet, and my head was really quiet, and everything was just like, okay, like I'm just like here right now. And also the people were really nice.
Yeah, we crave community. And once you have kids, you don't want to hang out with the degenerates. You want to like be a part of something, and you want to have somebody you can call and be like, yo, like I need help, or you need like a supportive system where you like can rely on, and you need people that also have kids. Otherwise, they don't get it. People with no kids will never get people with kids. I feel like when you're a parent, you need parents to be friends with, and you cannot be friends with a single girl, or like I think you've tried, but I think you need like mom friends.
Yeah.
As boring as that sounds, but you need like other moms in your life, kind of other parents.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, it's funny how different places have different energies and different vibes. I think Connecticut also had like kind of almost like the same vibe, I would say. Different, but like obviously quieter than Los Angeles. But yeah, it's crazy. I never, you know, I'll obviously I think continue doing content forever. I do love it, but I want to like do some other stuff too, and just like explore, because there's so many things out there that I could do maybe that I will like, but I never knew that I would like. So that's really fun. And I really liked the Texas milk too. That milk was bomb.
Bro, that might have been the best milk we've ever tried.
Yeah.
Ever.
And meeting Tim Kennedy was amazing, by the way. I'll give my opinion on that. He is a very, very, very inspirational inspirational man. It was so cool. And he's a hunter too, and that was really cool. Yeah, he was like, wow. When we met him, it was like, wow.
Right.
And then we were also at the Rogue Invitational. So that was like my first CrossFit game sort of thing, stadium. That was really cool. We met Rich Froning. That was really cool. So I'm officially like a CrossFit wife, basically. And I know all the CrossFitters now, and we met a bunch of them. And hopefully pretty soon you'll see them on the podcast. So that'll be super fun.
Yeah. Very cool. Athletes. Love talking to athletes. And Tim Kennedy is a crazy athlete.
He's so crazy. Oh my God. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention it. Watching you do jujitsu was insane. I was like, it was so crazy. And it's pretty, I don't know many people who would like just go and try something new. Like think about like, did you try something new today? Like, did you literally go out of your comfort zone and just completely go like berserk and do something completely new? And also like with somebody else, it's just such a like intense, like is it called a sport, or it's just such an intense sport. Like it's not like, oh my God, like I've never done Pilates and I'm going to go do like my first Pilates class. No, like as a man to like technically fight another man and like be on top of each other and be super close. Like, I don't know if I've just like, I don't know who would do that.
No, and my old me wouldn't do that. I used to really be scared of that. I guess I used to be such a bitch that I would never want to fight another man and be even in a slight position. And these days we live in a world where you don't have to. You don't have to be a man anymore, it seems like. You know, you can just never fight a man, never do jiu-jitsu or be in some sort of like combat situation. And I think you're really missing out if you have never tapped into combat. And especially as a man, I think we're all warriors. We're all looking for fights and for some sort of war purpose. And man, it was just the best thing I've ever tried, the most life-changing experience to fight Tim Kennedy, because it was just made me feel like a man. You know?
And
be so proud of myself.
And I was reading the comments. I mean, nobody goes into their first jiu-jitsu class and gets to fight Tim Kennedy. I was like, bro, wow. And a couple times he told me like, hey, like come on the mat and like take a video, you know. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want to like walk on the mat, you know. I was like so nervous. But then I finally did because I wanted to get like a good video of you.
Yeah.
And it was really, really cool. And I'm really, really proud of you for doing that. And just, I think just in general, I mean, I'm very, very proud of you as my husband, as a father, how far you have come. I mean, when we first met, you were completely decked out in Hello Kitty. I still knew you were like an amazing person and like had a great heart and you're just like an overall just epic person. But now you are like a completely different person. And sometimes you're like, you know, I don't know if I want to wear pink anymore. And it's just like so funny and really cool to watch you just like grow and change, you know? And in a year from now, like, I don't know, you might be like, I might have to worry that like you're going to go into the army or something. Like, you know, it's really, really cool to see you just evolve as a father, as a human, as a man. And it's really fun. And hopefully I can do some evolving too, because I feel like after becoming a mom, it's really hard to like find yourself. And I'm still like in between that, like finding out what I like love to do, I guess. So yeah, we're on that journey now.
And it's not only about trying new things, it's really about giving it your all. Ask yourself, when was the last time you gave something everything you had?
Your all.
Your all. Where you're like, I gave it my all. I gave this project my all, or I put my all in music or in a TikTok, or like I could never say that about like TikTok because it doesn't have this kind of purpose. But when you're on the mats with another man, there is no half weighing it or like half doing it. You gotta give it your all or you die. Like it is a fight, and everybody will know, and especially you will know if you gave it your all or not. And that is what you're proud of at the end of the day, is if you gave it your all on the mats. And even if I lose against Tim, doesn't matter, because I gave it my all and I stepped up and I gave it my all, and he knows that. You can feel that.
It's also so crazy, like, and kind of overwhelming to think about if whatever you did today had purpose, you know, like,
Or if your life has purpose.
or if your life has purpose, or like what choice did you make today that has purpose? Like, that's kind of freaky.
No, and if what you do, like Tim really made me think about, it's not only about mental health, physical health, and your family. It's also, what are you doing for the greater good? What are you doing for the community? What are you doing for God? What's your impact on other people? And are you doing good in the world, or are you doing bad in the world? You know, are you making people laugh, or are you having a severe impact on people's health and mind? And that really makes you think as an influencer, especially when people watch you. Now everything matters, and it matters what you do, and it matters what you put out there, and people listen to you. People look up to you. People want to be like you. I want to be like Tim.
Yeah.
So it matters what he does. And
he did you know he told me, he was like, oh my gosh, like we've had women in here 9 months pregnant doing jiu-jitsu. I was like, okay. Running out. But that's very cool. And you know what? I will try a class of jiu-jitsu. I have personally like always been a fighter. I think I got in like one fight in middle school, but I've kind of like, I don't know, I'm Latina. I kind of like violence a little bit. So I've always like wanted to do boxing too. I think I tried it back home for a little bit, but I never was consistent with it. So it might be kind of fun. And I did see like a lot of girls that were doing it.
No, and you need an outlet. If you don't have an outlet, then you'll be angry with your family or in your personal life. If you have an outlet and you go to jiu-jitsu, you'll be the calmest version of yourself possible. Especially, we all have anger. We all have feelings, emotions. And we're just letting them out on social media and telling everybody how anxious and depressed we are instead of putting it physically out. And sweating out that anger, really putting it on the mats and then leaving it there. And when you go home, you're calm, you're in peace, and you're just blessed to be alive and you feel good. He moving?
Oh my gosh, he's moving so much. Yeah. So that'll be really fun.
Good, I can't wait. I feel bad for that girl that you're gonna fight.
Yo, imagine I become like a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, you can.
But I also want to, hey, Garoni, hey. I also want to like kind of like do shooting. That's kind of fun too.
And you're referring to guns.
Guns.
You want to shoot some guns?
I want to shoot some guns.
You've never shot some guns?
Nope.
No?
Never. But when I saw,
How come?
I don't know.
You live in Connecticut in the middle of nowhere, you don't shoot guns?
No. Ow.
Oh my gosh.
Garoni.
That is so funny. No, there's an urgency right now to protect yourself and to protect your family. And I think especially as a man, if you cannot protect yourself and your family, then what kind of man are you? You need to be able to defend them with or gone or without. And I think every man, especially these days, has to get ready. And we've lost this kind of sense of urgency. And everybody that is listening, I hope you prepare and you're ready when this moment comes. I think Tim also really made me alert that this moment might come where you have to defend your family. And you don't know when that's going to be, but you have to be ready. Because when you call the cops, it's going to take way too long. And it's better if you can shoot somebody down and you're ready for it than being completely unprepared, I think. And same with
Or
jiu-jitsu.
can at least fight them.
Yes.
Or can at least fight them.
Or nuke them.
Or nuke them.
You got to nuke them.
That's very interesting, like
You cannot live in fear.
you
Joseph.
can lift 250, but can you fight though? Like, can you literally like put someone down when they come up to you? Because I never thought about it like that. So ladies, your man can lift, but can he fight though? It's two completely different things. So I want my man to fight. Forget about the weights. But
The cash.
Or the cash.
Man, you got all this cash, but you got a big belly and you can't protect your family? I mean, what is that worth?
You got all this cash, but you can't fight and you can't protect your family. So, ladies, it's time to have an awakening and time to really think about what kind of man you want in your life and what kind of man you want as a father. It's very interesting.
No, and
Not everyone is as lucky as I am and just gets it right on the first try. So I am here to guide you to finding the best alpha man out there. So forget about the weights, forget about Planet Fitness or LA Fitness. Can he fight though?
And shoot.
And if everything shuts down and you have no more Whole Foods and no more Air One and you have to like go out in the wilderness and I don't know, kill a deer, can you do it? Can you do it? If burglars show up at your house at 3 a.m., can you fight them? Can you do it? I don't know. So if you're listening to this podcast right now, look at your man and just like think about it. Can he do it?
And if you're a man watching this, ask yourself, like, what kind of man are you? And it's not enough to just go to the gym. You need to prepare in every fucking way that you can. Money is good. Physical health is good. But you also need to be able to shoot a gun. And you should also be able to hunt.
Look at girl.
And we lost all those things. We really lost them. We lost how to make a fire. We lost how to hunt. And it's time to stop eating the bugs and start eating the organs.
All right, but like bring us down. Like this is just like 316, okay? Like you used to walk around in like pink bikini. So like how do you go from flamingo to freaking I want to shoot an elk? Like it's a lot for people. It's a lot. And you know what? I was pretend I'm like following you, right? I'm like, okay, great. I'm a flamingo now too. Like, fuck. Now I have to go shoot an elk. Like, how do I do that? That's a lot of pressure, and it's a lot for me. So, like, how did that happen? When did you have this thing? And then, like, yeah, it's just a lot. It's a lot.
Well, for me, it was always about questioning everything. I always just hated being like everybody else, blending in, being a agent of the Matrix, and just doing everything that everybody else did. So the first step for me was dressing differently. Was like now I'm different than everybody else, but I was still eating the bugs. I would still watch the propaganda, and I would still be an agent and a sheep. I would still. Oh my God! Do you know why they call the feed on your phone the feed? Because the cattle is getting fed right now. You're like this. You're like feeding. You're getting fed, and you're paying with your time away. You're paying your time to these big corporations, and you'll end up old. And once your body is done, they will take your kids and they will feed them with the feed on your phone. It will never end.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's disgusting. So I don't know. I've been always drawn to question everything. I'm a curious being, and I just always I always like to question everything. And it started with the clothes, but now that I'm older and I have kids, I think about much more than just your appearance and what you look online. So now I'm more interested in what I put in my body, and that all comes down to these crazy places and this nasty food that we eat. And I want to be as healthy as possible, and organs is as primal as it gets. I really love the primal diet, which is organs, honey, raw dairy, and berries. And that's what I want to feed myself, and that's how I feel good. And I also really love being a real man. And
it's fun.
It's fun, and the pink never really was a problem for me. I don't think pink is really girly in the first place. It's like made up also by the Matrix. There's a difference between like lipsticks and high heels, which is obviously feminine, than the color pink itself. I think the color pink, I think that's a little far, that's a little reached. And even the rainbow, to make the rainbow a gay symbol, is also a little bit reached, because a rainbow is a rainbow and has nothing to do with your sexual orientation. And I think I like rainbows, and it has nothing to do if I'm gay or straight. And same with pink. I like pink. I still like pink, and I still love hunting. And maybe I'll hunt in pink. But then you need to. The deer shouldn't see you, so I guess I have to camo it up.
Yeah, that's funny. And for all you ladies wondering out there, I also am on a pretty much organ diet. We eat like liver, heart,
just muscle meat,
eggs,
milk, cheese,
honey.
Well, you don't eat honey.
I don't eat too much honey, but I'm pretty much on a high high protein diet, right?
You eat your
Organ.
carbs, but
No, I like my carbs. That's right. I really love rice. I love rice. But
but you're on a unprocessed, non-processed food, and you don't eat out.
yeah,
No restaurants, no fast food, no crazy 50 ingredient fucking chips and shit. No coloring.
Yeah.
You don't need any food coloring.
I don't eat out. This whole pregnancy, I have not been eating out. And since I was already eating like organs and stuff before I was pregnant, were we eating?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Actually, sorry, I actually like kind of like get sick if I do eat out. My body just like cannot process it anymore. So it's really, really interesting. And this time around, I am like all belly. My first pregnancy, I got really, really chunky, not like insanely, but like you can tell in like my face and my body. But this time it's like just full on, just belly. And I feel great. I love the food we eat. Sometimes it's like pretty repetitive. A lot of people can't like eat the same stuff every day. Like I know some people in my family like, oh my God, you have to eat that again. You're eating meat again. I'm just like, listen, it goes in, it goes out.
One day it's venison, one day it's buffalo.
One day it's bison.
Bison.
Bison. But it's been great, and I'm really excited to try some more like raw stuff. I've heard some great pregnancy stories where women already start that. I think this time around I will like go a little easy, just because I'm like I get really like weird about trying like new things when I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
So I have not been doing any raw stuff, but the organs definitely. And then I'll probably go on the organ supplements after I give birth. But yeah.
And the raw milk, raw butter.
And the raw milk. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. I'll try it.
Maybe we find a farm that you trust.
Yeah. It's very cute because our cat Karodi is like literally on my lap right now.
She joined you?
She's always so sweet when I'm pregnant, I'm telling you. But also we've been gone for a while, so she really missed us. And she is really fat. Oh my God. This poor cat. She needs a wheel.
So you really got to ask yourself what you put in your body on a daily level, because that will be part. If you feel brain fogged, or you feel like out of it, or you get sick a lot of times, or just in general, like maybe you don't even know, you don't even feel bad, but you eat shit on a daily basis. You need to take control of your health and invest in your health early on, right now, as we speak.
Yeah. You know what? Do it. Stop eating out. Look at your budget. You don't have to like make insane amount of money to start somewhere. And your health is the only thing that can keep you going and keep you thriving. And you have like one body, and you make a baby and then you pass that on for generation. So like starts with you. It's like a plant, right? You just grow and you flourish and you bring it all around. So.
And food is medicine, and the system is set up to make you sick. And they got all these things and all these medicines and side effects. And if you don't want to take medication and you want to feel good, then you need to be very aware of what you eat. And I would definitely recommend looking into a primal diet. That's how we always been eating. And that's how you should be eating. So it definitely highly, highly recommend Googling that. Look up Paul Saladino, look up primal diet. He is a doctor and he does a lot of blood work and he has a lot more knowledge than us. But we tried it ourselves, and maybe, everybody's different. It's hard to talk about other people's body, but I think you should at least give it a try. I think that's always key in life, is to try something out. You try CrossFit.
and see how you feel, like I feel great now.
And how's your poop? The microbes.
Oh, and how's your gut?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Did you know that? Oh my God. Did you know that most of our problems start in the gut?
Yeah. And I read like so many, a high percentage of Americans have gut problems. Very bloated, stinky, poopy. Yeah, there's a lot of gut problems.
Oh, it's very interesting because the gut biome actually can start from your birth. So you can, if you have a C-section, they say that you kind of like ruin a little bit of the gut biome in the baby because of the C-section or something like that. I tried to listen to the podcast, but sometimes after listening for a while, all the words just become a blur.
So what about, I've also heard that you stopped listening to music.
Yeah, it's your fault. No, I'm just kidding. I really love podcasts now. It's really cool that you have, oh my God.
What happened?
Oof. It's really cool that you have all this information like in your phone.
Yeah.
Or you can listen to it, you know. I'm not a big reader. I just can't focus on reading so much. So like being able to listen to something is really, really cool. And the fact that it can like really learn a lot from listening to a podcast is really cool. And then I tried to like put on Bad Bunny after like I'm done and I'm like, okay, like this is so annoying. I actually don't want to listen to this. So it's really hard now. I can't really listen to music. I think I can listen to like Prada song once. But other than that, I'm like, oh my God, like I can listen to a podcast about like how to deal with my son's fever when he has a fever, you know? And it's like really cool because I want to like be prepared for the next time he has a fever. And now I just start searching like whatever I want to learn about. So like I'm really looking into like, like alternative medicine, like I guess you could call it holistic. Because I personally have just like always been like so freaked out about taking like pills and I can't like actually swallow them anyways. And I've just like, you can just like search anything on the podcast app. Like, oh, I don't know, like what oil to use or how to cook or what meat to eat or pregnancy or holistic. And you have all this information of sometimes they're full on doctors that will talk for an hour or two and give you like great information. So why listen to Bad Bunny when you can just like listen to a podcast? So that's also very interesting because I never thought myself at 21 years old, I'd be listening to podcasts only and can't listen to music. I think the most music I listen to now is like the 15 seconds on TikTok for a trend. But yeah, I really like this new adventure and new beginnings and new learning. And I really love podcasts. And they're really cool. And that's why I'm really happy that we have our own podcast now. And, I really hope we can inspire you and inspire all of our unicorns that are also growing because one day you guys will also be our age and then maybe things change for you too. We all started at a certain age and we were funky and, now we're growing up a little bit. So things change and it's kind of fun to see like, I wish I got to see like if I followed, I don't know, who did I really look up to? I don't know, like if I followed someone like when they were like super crazy, and then they like became a mom and like now they were like super different. I think that's really cool too. And that's very interesting to see. And I think soon you can really see a shift in my content and in what I create and what I put out there. And I really want you guys to feel inspired by everything that we're going through. And hopefully we can help you if you may also feel the same way, if you've ever had this intuition to try new things or trust your gut, so that's really cool. And, if you've ever had some flamingos or unicorns that were following you, maybe they also want to be hunters now.
I read something that said, we all want to eat, but only a few will hunt. Or we all want to, everybody wants to eat. That's it, I think. Everybody wants to eat, but few will hunt.
Yeah.
Which is, not everybody is the leader or an alpha, and everybody has a role. But I think we should all question ourselves, our life, our daily decisions, and our influence on other people, if it's a lot or a little. And everybody has a little bit of influence on people around you, and you can always bring people down or up. And even if you're not an influencer, you still have an impact on your family, your friends, your community. And we're all isolated in little apartments eating the bugs. And you really need to stop watching Netflix and stop listening to music, because it's all the devil. It's all only about drugs, partying, alcohol, wasting your youth, your life, being degenerate, cheating. It is not about having children. It is not about hunting. Maybe country music, but it's mostly a complete waste of time.
I missed all the Halloween parties this weekend, and I couldn't be happier. Actually, I can't think of anything worse than to probably be at those Halloween parties, and everyone is tired right now, and they probably need insane amount of sleep and probably
Drugs.
Yeah, exactly.
Marijuana. Kush. Self-medication. Most people, to live this nasty, toxic life, need to self-medicate on a daily basis. That's all they do, and that's how they get around. That's how they wake up, and it's just you try to distract yourself at all times, either with food. There's a lot of obesity where you just eat for happiness. That's all you got. Or you are high most of the day because you cannot deal with your daily life. Or you just distract yourself with porn and Netflix and music and entertainment, and you just entertain yourself with garbage all day. Because nobody's scrolling and having a good time and laughing or having an intimate moment. No, it's fake dopamine and fake pleasure, and it's empty. And you need to go out in the world and meet people and talk to a woman and be a man and protect, or be a woman and create a family. But this childless life is empty and pointless. Don't you think everybody should have a child? I thought about this a lot, and you can always say, "Oh, some people should not." No,
I have to take my
and you can also adopt if you're not, if it's not possible for you physically. But a child will change the way you see the world, and it's so beautiful to provide, and that it's just not all about you anymore. That's the best thing, I guess, especially for only childs like you, where you think that you own the world and everything is about you and your career and your money and your following. It's nice that you have to protect and provide, and you have responsibility, no?
Yeah.
Watching you become a mom has been way better than watching you become a TikToker or create a company, or even being you more. You've really changed. Maybe not as visually as me, but I've always had the hunter in me. I've always had the dog, and I've always had the questioning everything in me, even in the Hello Kitty pants. No? Or you think it's weird?
No, I don't think it's
Or
weird.
you miss my Speedos?
No.
Okay, I can't sit on this chair anymore.
That's it?
That's it.
That's it.
That's all I got today.
That's all we got. All right, that's the pregnancy podcast. You want to tell them anything before you head out?
No, it's been fun to give you guys a little bit of updates, what I've been up to, what we've been up to. Yeah, I can't sit so much in this chair, but we'll be back.
We'll be back with more updates, and we love you guys, and thank you so much for listening.